Are you struggling to conceive? You have options, and at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group, we'll make sure you have the guidance and support you need. PREG is known for individualized fertility care that's unique to every patient. We take the time to provide a reassuring and empowering experience because we believe that you deserve nothing less. Let us help you on your journey to parenthood. Visit us at pregonline.com to learn more. Get the guidance and support you need at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's get started.
I have thought a lot in the last 24 hours.
Time to get your weekly sports fix.
By the skin of their teeth, they lost.
Then you can just ride it the whole thing.
With Stix.
At anonymous_homie.
In the house.
Or you could flip it because it's homie_anonymous.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? Hey, and at Stix 0015 to compile together, we are Sports Fix with Stix and Anonymous.
10
Big homie.
1015.
Man, see, that's why that's why you always do this. You know what I mean? I'm here for the shenanigans and the chicanery. You know how I get down. But look, hey, everybody knows it's all in good fun. We out here for y'all knocking through these headlines. You know how it goes. It's NFL time, man. It's all bad. I'm feeling horrible because everybody who I rely on to give me good advice when it comes down to gambling is also losing too. This is a horrible situation. Your boy is just taking hits after bricks, after steel chairs about the head.
You getting the Mick Foley treatment and the Stone Cold treatment, baby. You're not getting it good. We are not getting it good right now. But hey, the season. Now we got it figured out.
At least I would like to think so. But like I said, there's a lot of people that know a lot more than us about all of this stuff, man, and got the analytics and all the numerical facts and research tools to get after this stuff, and they're having a hard time. I mean, there's just a lot of ins and outs going on with the NFL, number one. But
fucking pass interference calls and holding calls and bullshit like that, man.
Going for it on fourth and the whole thing, or in regards to all of that, no field goals. So it's a lot of stuff that needs to be done on the fly, man. And somebody who's heavily in the game in Las Vegas said something this week that I grabbed a hold of, and they said, if you're not playing $1,000 a game, you should not be betting a side. When I say a side, I mean a spread. And because you have to hit over 50%. And 52%, and it's tough for them right now. So you got to be able to take those wins where you can get them. Derivatives on the over, under totals, things like that, do a little bit better. But the recommendation sounds like props and all of the DFS, daily fantasy, for those that know.
They can do it.
Yeah, and these kind of things, all of the different sites that are available to where you can get higher access, those are the ways to go. You've put out there and showed me multiple examples of people with a low-end bet on a 6-7 Hail Mary teamer. Big time, and hit these things. So, yeah, that's a one-off, but because he had access to a lot of different options in the game, in the market, he was able to hit that.
Yeah, that's how that works. You have to have the access. You have to be in the right area. I mean, you see all these tickets, you see all this stuff. It's, it's the people who have access to FanDuel and the the DFS, like you said, daily fantasy sports apps that can get into these right away and it's legal there. Washington State is not on that platform yet. Hopefully soon that they'll start figuring it out because that's the way to go, because like you said, betting the side is just not working out real well right now. And then we have, our little hashtag prop masters that we have played a few times, and doesn't really add up. And again, that's one of those where you need to pick and choose your battles. You can't play a whole lot of them. You can't play a whole lot of props unless you're feeling really good about it. And then again, once you can get into that, like we've discussed offline as well, being able to parlay those game props is where the actual money is. You're going to win one here if you can only do a straight up one bet here, but then you're going to lose one or two here, and it's really just going to cancel you out. And as much as parlays are a quote unquote sucker's bet, which they really are, but once you get into, you see all these people that can do the touchdown for this person, touchdown for this person,
for
touchdown
everybody.
for this person. That's the way to go about it. And I can't wait till we get access to that, bro, because we got that on lock.
Well, that's when it goes to next level, because right now, like I was talking about, all the analytics and people that are pro sports bettors are having big issues right now. And some of those guys don't even watch the game. So one of the things that don't watch the game. So the eye test gives us an idea of how these teams are playing when we looking at this, and watching everything that happens via red zone and all of this stuff. We have a feel for the way teams are playing, not just looking at a number. So that makes a hell of a lot of sense to look at prop and things like that. Yards over rushing, yards over receiving, passing, number of touchdowns, things like this, because we have a better feel for the game because the eyes have been on it that way too. So, I mean, like I said, it's hard at the counter right now, but it is what it is, man. And we're going to move on from that, man. But it was a lot of
Who got it this week? Now it's big homie. I know you're dying to say.
A lot of storylines. But who got it rolled all the way into the Thursday game. And it's always fun when the COVID protocols and reserve lists make its way into the Thursday game on short rest for some of these cats. So you got Green Bay touched up a lot with it. Devontae Adams got it. Alan Lazard got it. Hey, like you talked about, you thought you were going to add him to make something happen. Let's see how that worked out. So if you thought that you were going to run with Valdez Scantling, he was on the IR. They don't even know if he's going to play today, but he don't got it. He don't got it. Joe Barry got it. He's the DC. And this is all Green Bay, by the way. Okay. So that's heavy right now. And that's going to apply heavily when we get into this game that starts for the Thursday night special.
I have something for your ass. I've been telling you. I've been waiting to say it. That was a perfect segue, but I'm going to wait until we get into the Arizona and Green Bay game to give you the spoiler of how you're going down in week 8 of fantasy football.
Okay. All right. Well, sure. Well, while you're in the mood, I need you to carve up a whole lot of excuses for the last game that we saw played Monday night, right here in the Northwest. Mad rain, misty, coming down on your homeboy with You Have Interest, Florida State alumni. I don't know if he graduated, but yet and still, he is a master of all crab legs. His name is Jameis Winston. Came in here and did absolutely nothing, but yet came out with a victory. How do you feel today? Stix, speak to him.
I feel that Jameis did all right, just kept the game in check. I don't think he had a turnover. Did he have an interception? I don't know if he had an interception or not. I only got to see the second half of the game.
Wild throws, but no interception.
No interception. He did hit the over 205.5 passing yards.
Nobody knows how.
Shout out to the prop masters there. We got you. Prop masters are ourselves, by the way. So give us a little credit for that. Seahawks defense was not as sketch as it has been, but the offense was very sketch. I think last week my hometown plays of the week were this was the Seahawks were going to rush for more yards than they were to pass for. They did not get to 100 yards rushing. He only threw for 165-ish yards, Geno Smith, without the 85 long bomb, 25 long bomb, which I like to call 25 long bomb, which was for 84 yards to DK Metcalf, knucklehead of the week. They probably would have rushed for more yards than they did passing. But that game was a shit show, just like the Sunday night game against Pittsburgh was a shit show. We couldn't get the run game going, and that's about all I can remember from that game, because by the time I got home, I was fired up. All I wanted to do was watch the game, and it was a complete disaster. I did think that even with the weather, that both of those teams being so bad that someone was going to fuck up and it was going to put some points on the board. What did it end up? 13-10?
13-10.
I mean, what the hell? Who wants to watch a 13-10 Monday night football game or a Sunday night football game? Was it same score, pretty damn close, 16-13 or some shit? Get these guys off of primetime TV. We don't need to see any more Seahawks primetime games until Russell comes back and they figure it out. By then it might be too far fetched and gone when you're 2-5 right now and the last in the NFC West. Not looking good for my playoff berth that I thought they would get. So whether Russell comes back in week 10 versus Green Bay, by then it's probably going to be too late. Signed Jacob Eason last week when we were on the show. We saw that. At this point, excuse me, I think you should probably just give Jacob Eason the ball. He had a game and give Jacob Eason the ball. Give him the next start.
So you're throwing in the towel right damn now.
No, give him the start against Jacksonville.
No. Jacob Eason is not even a top 50 quarterback.
Hey, I didn't say he was. I'm just saying give a different look. Because Geno's the run game's not working. The defense isn't working. Get a quarterback out there who could sling the rock and see what happens. You got weapons in the receiving core. You got Lockett. You got DK. You got Freddie Swain. You got
what was the problem last week? What was the problem last week? You just said not too long ago that you expected for them to run. Did they not run?
But they ran right into the fucking defensive line that
of New Orleans. Yeah, of New Orleans. Okay. Yeah. All right. Whatever. So you're saying the problem is the O-line is what you're saying.
Well, I don't know if it's exactly the O-line or if it's the way that the ball is getting to the running back, and if the running back finds the right hole. There were a couple clips where I saw where there was a run to the right between the guard and the center. It looked like they were blocking that hole, and whoever the running back was tried to bounce it outside. And there was another one where it was to the left and it was supposed to go like off tackle, and the running back cut to the inside. So I don't know, maybe they're just not getting the right cadence from Geno from like they do Russ, or if the line's just not there, who knows? Posick might be back this week. He'll be an upgrade to the offensive line, probably take over at center if he's healthy and ready to go. That might help a little bit because he can control the line of scrimmage and get out the right calls for the linemen. But yeah, I said they'd run the ball. They ran the ball, but they just didn't run it well.
That's the whole point. They did exactly what they wanted to do, but the O-line did not create the ways for them to make it happen. Now, that was the biggest thing that I saw with that game, because the weather, everything pointed to playing just like the bomb cyclone game from the night before in San Francisco that I'm sure in the Northwest we got some remnants of with the weather and stuff like that, but that's typical for us, nothing new. And it just didn't get anywhere. They weren't even behind too much. They never got behind too far. It's not like it was 13-0 and they had to rally back to get these 10. It just looked rough, man. And I just think that what needs to happen is you need to let Geno go ahead and get comfortable. I mean, that loss.
I'm not saying that they're going to put an East in, but yeah.
We talked about, I mean, the line was 5 on that game right there. So effectively Seattle covered. But so I mean, if anybody looks bad in that game, it's New Orleans. So, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say anything about uh, Coach Carroll or anything like that at this point. It's still way too early for all of that. I mean, you run into a big injury from the quarterback, man. You should just relax and play it through.
Yeah, you gotta wait it out till you get Russ back, and hope. Glad you said that, because now there's talks of getting rid of Carroll. Well, there's been months and years or whatever, but this fool is 70 years old. He ain't going back to USC to close out his career. Just so everybody knows that. So quit talking about that nonsense.
Stupid. I mean, your boy DK is wild out here too. This is a week full of wild boys. I mean, he wanted to make the news today too. I mean, your boy DK is getting blasted. Well, not blasted, but put on blast because of his choice of after game, post game activities. It's wild out here. I mean, he went cybernetic on everybody. You know what I mean? He's out there trying to get it all. He's like RoboCop, wide receiver out here with the Texan boy.
Hey, nothing wrong with old boy trying to have a good time, brah. He's just out there doing his thing.
Hey, if the man has,
and he ain't the only one, motherfuckers in the world. NFL, NBA had a damn bubble for the hookers or the whores. I mean the ladies.
All of that too. And man, hey, look, but see, she even said, the girl even talked about NDA and all of that. So it seemed like he was trying to cover himself up. But it seems like nowadays, as with these owners, as with some of these teams that face a lot of these controversies, man, it is uncontrollable. You have to respond and react to these things because you are going to get put on blast, whether it's canceled or it's found out that you knew somebody who lived around the corner who stayed next to somebody who said something wild one day. Okay, so everybody has to stand up for all of this stuff. And it's crazy with the way that everything is on blast. It's on blast. You're out there. So if you're not thinking like everything's going to get found out, you're the first one to get found out. You've probably already been found out.
Well, you know what, though? The girl that called him out, the girl that put him on blast, she just hurt herself at the same time, though, because she was probably already doing this little side piece thing with these players and whatever else, in the world. But now she just put herself out there about, okay, you know what happens if I get turned down? I'm going to put you on blast. So, hey, DK, do your thing. Let's just get your head in the game for the next few months here and just see what you can do. Worry about football. Don't worry about the side pieces yet.
Yeah, if I'm the next player, I'm logging her name down to make sure she doesn't hit me up in the DMs because she's quick for pictures and videos and everything. So stay back.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. Yo, hey, your boys in Cleveland is going wild right now. I mean, Cleveland's a wild place right now too. Now they ain't done nothing off the hook, but they panic bad, right? They're scarred. Cleveland sports fans are scarred, right? Are they trying to get Baker out of here now?
I know. What the hell?
Already? What's going on?
Where's Rudy at? We need Rudy back on here. If you didn't have 7 jobs and 4 kids or 3 kids and all that important stuff to do, saving the world and saving people's lives, we'll get him back on here. But these guys are in a dumpster fire right now. Baker goes out. And now they want to get rid of everybody and trying out. I mean, maybe OBJ is on the trade deadline's what, the 2nd Tuesday?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Maybe OBJ is on his way to Green Bay as we speak. I don't know. He might be on the ready to get put in the activate lineup if that's how that works. But they want to get rid of everybody.
I talked about last week that if Keenum starts connecting with Odell Beckham Jr., there was going to be a riot out there. That didn't even happen. And it's still a damn riot out there. They won the game. Okay. They beat Denver.
Yeah.
Now in a pretty slow fashion, similar to the Seahawks and New Orleans game we just recapped, but they got a little hope with Dearness breaking out, for 146 and a TD, easy. Okay. Yeah. In another game where they just played what we had, played with Keenum. Let's just go. Odell Beckham got hurt in that game again. Jarvis Landry got hurt first in that game. I don't remember Landry coming back. Maybe he did, But like I said, they got a 2-for-1 wide receiver with People Jones. I ain't hear his name. I don't know what's going on out there, but they're willing to jump off the roof real quick in Cleveland, and I think that's real crazy. But you know how these notorious cities are with the high fandom. Some of them are just they don't have a fair level of patience for nothing. Like everything's supposed to click. Isn't this Baker's contract year? He's in a bad spot right now. He did not take the money.
He got injured. I mean, you can't. I mean, you'd be a fool, and I wish like Rudy would give us the full lowdown. But if you'd be a fool to say that you want to start over again after what Baker's done for you in his tenure as the quarterback at Cleveland, in my opinion, you'd be a fool to move on from Baker. You don't have to pay him. You don't have to pay him $30 million, but he's got a shoulder injury. It's a shoulder injury. It's going to recover by the time the season starts next year. He'll probably be back this year.
I mean, that to me, if I'm the Browns, I'm not listening to none of this because
no, dumb.
I'm not listening to none of this because first of all, then I just got a discount coupon. Now, I don't want that to happen to Baker, but straight up, this is a contract year in this business, baby. I just got a discount coupon. He has to come back for the low, either franchise or something or other, and have a prove it year now. Even if this year was supposed to be a prove it year, when we come down to the actual business over performance, now it's really a prove it year. And from all perspectives, because if they're going to move Odell Beckham and they're going to bring somebody in that's worth it to get that offense to move like they actually want it to, then that's what they have to do. But they have to do it sooner than later because they already had the prospects for success this year.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Agreed, 100%.
Yo, man, your boy Tom Brady is something else.
Yo.
He's just something else. Every time it's like, okay, so I'm old school and everybody knows this, and I've been the biggest Joe Montana fan forever because I saw him up close and personal. Whoop on the Rams regularly, multiple times per year, and in sometimes horrible fashions too. So that's why I have so much respect for Joe Montana being what he is. But this dude Brady, man, every week is just something else. This dude is my age. We ain't seen nobody play like this our age, bro. Come on, man.
Yo,
600 TDs. Go ahead.
600 TDs. So before the season started, this is what Tom Brady can do in 2021. Before the season started.
Mm-hmm.
Break all-time record for passing yards. Only needed a 1,155. Completions only needs 364. And 3 passing touchdown games only needed 5.
Check.
Became first quarterback with multiple wins after turning 44. Check, right? He's done that.
Check.
Make 300th career start would extend NFL record currently at 299. Win game versus all 32 teams by beating the Patriots in week 4.
Check.
Win 8 Super Bowl title. No other quarterback has more than 4. And then tie Michael Jordan for most championships, championship round MVPs in NFL, MLB, NBA, and NHL. That's what he could do when he started already this year. And then he just throws, 600 touchdown passes. Ridiculous.
Easy. Okay, so this was my observation. because I looked at what was available for that game to Tom Brady. It was literally, well, almost take Jameis Winston out, put Tom Brady in. Same squad. It was Brate, it was Howard, it was Godwin, it was Evans. The only thing else that was there, well, maybe Sue and all the players on the defense, but you know what I'm talking about. You know where I'm getting at on the Tom Brady side.
Yeah.
Only thing they had with difference was Fournette, and that was a pretty big difference in that. That was the truest I've seen to Tom Brady over whoever, because literally that's what they were talking about when they made the move. We could do better just adding Tom Brady over Jameis Winston. That literally just happened because the guys, he had none of his extra guys on the field except for Fournette. And Fournette did make a big, huge impact in that game. But at the same time, I mean, I ain't seen Brate for a minute and he was getting targets. And guess what happened to Evans? Jameis had the same game before with Evans. 3 TDs and some change. It's the exact same situation.
So we all know what the guy who Evans, speaking of Evans, gave the ball to right after the 600 touchdown, gives the ball to the fan. So, he ended up getting 2 signed jerseys, a helmet from Tom, a signed Mike Evans jersey, and Evans game cleats, $1,000 credit to the Bucks team store, 2 season tickets for the rest of the season and next season. Okay. And then it came out later that Brady was going to give him a Bitcoin, but Brady's finagling with FTL.
FTX. You already know. FTX.
And I think Gronk is working with him as well. But my question to you, homie, I know you got something for the people. What would you hold out for, homie? What would have you held out for with that ball? Because I know that that's a 600 touchdown pass or a touchdown ball. I know that you'd want something, and I know you would be, hey, you better come out with some goods. What are the goods you would have been expected as a lifelong Tampa Bay fan if you were one?
I will tell you, number one, the first thing would be I would have walked out that damn stadium with it.
You got to come find me?
You bet I would have walked out of that damn stadium with it. Word to everything. I'm going to hit you up. Or, no. When that dude came over, standing on the field, looking up at me, standing in the stands, trying to bargain.
Yep.
Get your punk ass out of here. I would have slid him a card and said, holla at me.
Yes, sir. After the game, I'm holding on to this baby. If I'm sitting here, if I'm not gone, I'm sitting here with this bitch all game long.
Straight up.
Making you all think about what you want to do.
Exactly, because in the moment, I might do something rash like he did and be stupid and give it back. Yep. So the first thing I'm doing, I'm definitely not making a rash decision on what the swap's going to be right off the rip. So, But now that I'm back at home, I took my jersey off and I got the ball and I'm like, these dudes are about to hit me up. I done already put the blast on Twitter saying, I got it. Look, bang, here it is. I'm waiting for this dude to holler at me. I'm putting it out there. And while I'm sitting on the couch, watching the night game, you know what? The Bitcoin is nice. I'd like that. I probably would have had to go for a couple of them though. He would have had to give me like 5. But, you know what? I heard this one for somebody else. I'm gonna give you a couple that I heard. Pay for 4 generations of my kids' college. I like that one. That's thinking
a good one. I haven't heard that one.
That's thinking ahead a little bit. I like that because he could probably finagle that. Because I like because of the deal with FTX. If you're handing out Bitcoins, you're already in a partnership with those dudes. So it ain't doing them but coming out of your endorsement money. That's light, right? So you're gonna have to hook me up because this is not tangible. I need 10 Bitcoins. Okay. And you're gonna have to bargain with me from there. But word up, it's got to be 600 for 600.
I like it.
600 for 600. That's easy. Okay, that's easy because look, I need to hit this right now. This one means something to you right now. Mike Evans handed off 601 and 602 in the stands afterwards too.
Did he really?
Yeah. But I got the 600. I have the 600. Conversation starts 600 for 600K.
Yep, I agree. And you can be negotiable with the college fund for the kiddos. But hey, that's what it starts at. And you know what? I would have been that same guy. I'd have been like, oh, okay, here you go, right? But you're thinking, oh no, big homie, is the way to go. You pull back from the situation. Just like anytime anybody gets frustrated, you got to take a step back, count to 10, and be like, clear your mind and think about what's going on. Your way would have been the way to go. Get the hell out of the stadium. Here's my business card. Leave it with the fan that you're sitting next to. When they come up, they're on their way here. Give this them, and I'll be at the Casa. I don't care what the game's like. I'm out, because you got to get away from the situation. You got to be like, all right, now the ball is in my hands.
That's right.
In my pocket.
That's
you
right.
Motherfuckers have to come with something good.
This dude was tripping.
Show up at the house.
Exactly. You're going to have, that's mandatory. It's required that all finalities with lawyers and signatures is happening at my crib, and everybody's outside is going to see this. You know what I mean? And soon as you handed it over, you gave away all of your leverage. What are you talking about that you got 2 season tickets for the rest of this season and next? Motherfucker. Hey, look, I need 2 tickets in perpetuity of my choice. I don't give a damn if you got to give away somebody else's PSL. Okay, if I like those 2 seats, wherever they are, okay, for the rest of my life, I want them. And you're going to have to foot that out. Or at least come up with a number that they call life, like 20 years or something. You know what I mean? 20 years of season tickets, yada, yada, yada. Because, I figure worst case scenario, you make a little bit of money. Yeah, you got a little ticket master. You know what I mean? There's a little something I could do.
The
like
dude
that,
did have a damn front row seat, though. So, did he get them from his work? Did he have those?
He was a guest. He was a guest. Yes.
Okay, cool.
So, but I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. That's how much he got lowballed. $1,000 gift card to the team store. That's 3 jerseys.
Right.
3 jerseys, and you maybe a hat, maybe $1,000. Why you disrespecting me? Dude, you got disrespected. Hey, you need to come talk to me. I do business management on the side. Holla at me, Bucks fan.
For real. Hey, that, hopefully he gets a little more out of it and he rolls with a couple more things, because, if he does have kids, that's a great idea, homie. Hey, a little college fund set up. Nowadays, you can put money in something and get it to grow and get these kids to college. It's not going to cost $1, nothing. Plus, if they win another championship, it's all going to be okay.
How much BS do they do for straight promotional reasons? Get up out of here. Right. That's nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but anyway, we already know what happened there. But man, on another note, man, hey, I don't know if I need to start doing my Cam Newton back out the door yet or not, because maybe KC is bad. Mahomes definitely ain't Mahomes.
KC, I haven't seen your power rankings up yet either, and so we talked last week about the power rankings that you had KC in your.
They were still at last week. I had them at 5.
You had them at 5, and I asked you, are you going to drop them out of your top 10 after this week when they lose to Tennessee?
I didn't put them out because that's my biggest struggle.
You still have them in the top 10? You got to be fucking kidding me.
Dude, come on, man.
You can't tell. You got to be kidding me.
Dude, you're tripping.
I'm disappointed in you, homie.
No, see, I don't think. Remember, I told you that there is a lot that goes into this, and it's hard for me to break it down for you and lay it out the way that it works. But you're trying to tell me, and this is the short of it. Kansas City, I currently have at a 7. Okay. But I feel like, to be honest, that they should probably be a little bit lower, but not out of the top 10, because guess what? Who is at 10? Cleveland. You're going to take Cleveland on a neutral over Kansas City?
Yes, even with Case Keenum.
You're messing up the eye test, bro. I'm just telling you. Look,
I'll take New York Giants on Monday night over the Kansas City Chiefs. Straight up.
See, I'm saying, I think it's the eye test on what happened with Tennessee. It looked really bad, but they just smoked Washington, as they should have, 31-13 the week prior. Okay. And yeah, something didn't look right versus the Bills. But other than that, they put up 42 versus the Eagles. Okay. They ran into a buzzsaw with the Chargers, but they put up 35 in a loss versus the Ravens. And they put up 33 in the opener versus the Chiefs. I'm just saying, it's not like they can't do it. Right. So
they're not doing it.
Hold on. That's the whole point, though. But there's factors. There's factors in this. Why isn't them shit, where's my name at? Why isn't Cleveland doing it? They have factors. That's what I was thinking of. But that's what I'm saying. There's issues that are going on with why that is. But I do have to say that Mahomes looks funny out there. He looks real funny. He does not look like, okay, so remember I used to compare him to Steph Curry and say that, this dude looks like the closest thing to Steph Curry on some football type shit. Okay, he don't look like that. I ain't never seen Steph Curry look inept like this. This looks bad. Like that throw that he tried to make for no apparent reason, if he saw it, it was like a Jameis throw. It was a Josh Rosen throw. It was
a little flustered, man. He's getting a little, what is it, a junior jinx? Is this third year?
Man, bro, it just doesn't look good. He still has the guys there. Now you got to
again my point why you have them in the top 10. You can't tell me you're going to put Minnesota, Tennessee, who else?
You're going to put Vegas.
You can't tell me
you're putting Vegas over them.
You can't tell me that you would take any of those teams on a neutral site against KC.
Okay, so how far out of the top 10 do you have?
I don't even. They're all honorable mention.
No, I'm just saying, Joe. How many games past the top 10 are they in your eyes?
Kansas City?
Yeah. Like 15?
They're probably at like 15, 17.
Okay, 15, that's the middle.
17.
That's the middle.
Yeah, because against half these other teams who we know who they are right now, aren't necessarily decent. But
Seattle.
The way Kansas City's playing right now against, these teams that are playing well, even if they're not playing well, we're going to get into it later, but
I see what you're saying, but
New York's going to be a test, bro.
But the only thing you can compare them to is the league that they're in. That's it. You can't compare them to what we think they should be doing, because look, this is what I have. These are even, I'm saying, these are even teams to me. New Orleans, Pittsburgh, Seattle. You're going to take any one of those teams over Kansas City on a neutral?
I'd take any of those teams except for Seattle, to be honest.
Dude, you're tripping. But hey, I feel you though. But hey, no, you're tripping, because when Kansas City is going to win and you pick them to cover, are they more likely to cover or less likely to cover? And if you look at the teams that they are playing and the opposition that they have, I'm not gonna put them with Denver, and Cincinnati's cool, and that's a big problem. Kansas City and Cincinnati are my two biggest problems. That's why it took so long to come out with it. I just got a scratch version because the math is real thrown off.
You're not even comparing Kansas City and Cincinnati right now. You're telling me that you're trying to figure out who's better, Cincinnati or Kansas City?
No, because clearly Kansas City is better. Clearly Kansas City is better. But the problem is, these are the two biggest movers. Kansas City is moving down major, but how much? And Cincinnati's doing the same thing in the opposite direction. It's just how much. Is Kansas City, or not Kansas City, but let's go the other way. Is Cincinnati that much better? Not forgetting, I think an eye test, okay? That much better than Vegas? Are they better than Vegas? Say yeah.
Kansas City, Kansas City and or not Kansas City, Cincinnati and Vegas?
Yeah. I'd say yeah.
No, I don't think they're that much better. I think they're about even.
Okay.
Even right now.
Cincinnati better than New Orleans?
Yes.
Cincinnati better than San Francisco?
Yes.
Cincinnati better than the Chargers?
About even.
So
I don't see what your point is. Your point, Kansas City is not a top 15, not a top 10 team, let alone a top 15 team. And you're going to see that again on Monday night.
I'm going to have to see it. I'm going to have to see it. Now, like I said, if all things being even, I'm just saying on any given night. What do you think it is? It's any given Sunday. You know how it goes. This is the NFL.
It's any given Sunday. I will agree with you on that, homie. I will agree with you on that.
We got all the knowledge in the world and losing our ass off.
I'd much rather have you. I'd much rather be on Dallas's sack than Kansas City sack. Can we go back to that one? Because I can agree with you on the Dallas sack.
No, I'm not saying. I wouldn't say that Kansas City is like. Now I'm thinking about them winning division and making it to playoff and things like that. Because right now, if I had the capability, if I had the counter to run up to, I would run up for them to whatever the win total is that I could play right now for them to miss the playoffs. I would bet it to the under all day because they're going to miss it, right? Because I think their total was like 12.5. Okay. They're going to miss whatever that is. So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when you're talking about trying to figure out spreads and where I got my edge at, Kansas City is always going to give me a higher scoring potential and an edge versus the majority of the teams in the league. You're going to do that. If Kansas City, if you're getting a touchdown, okay, if you're getting a touchdown with Kansas City and New England, Kansas City -7, you're going to play New England?
Yes.
Dude, you're high as shit. You're high, bro. I like it though. We're
gonna have more Kansas City talk. Let's get into these games. You want to get into these games?
Man, let's go.
All right, let's get into these games. You're driving.
Stand by your man. Stand by your man, bro.
You're
go ahead.
Tripping. You are on one today.
No, I want it to be clear for the people.
I don't know where.
We're not talking about teams and win totals and percentage and opportunity to win the title. I'm just saying Kansas City and the team that they face, who is X. I can build a damn grid. Kansas City versus Houston. What would the line be? Are you going to take Kansas City 14.5 over Houston? That's light personally in my book, but are you going to take Houston to cover the 14.5?
Yes.
No, you're high.
Yes.
I understand the eye test is fucked up.
Because it probably should be like 17.5 or 18.5 if you're talking about Houston and Kansas City.
Dude, Cincinnati's getting 10 with the Jets this week.
Who?
Go ahead. We're going to get into it. Go ahead.
All right. I was going to say, but right now, yes, I would take Houston at plus 18 over Kansas City. They are a shit show.
Well, Houston's a bad example. They've been covering against everybody. But yeah. All right. Go ahead.
And Tyrod's back. Maybe.
Tonight, it's going down. This is going to be a heavyweight matchup, even though, as we alluded to earlier, Green Bay's at a deficiency right now. I mean, you're losing a lot of your offense, but then again, you got a lot of stable pieces to your offense that are there. Okay. And I'm going to tell the people like this. Arizona is now favored by 6.5. Okay. When it opened up at 3.5, it might even be 7.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry. We were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right. ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Is it only, was it opened at 3.5?
3.5 to Arizona. Okay.
See? Oh, yeah. I love this.
So, I mean, it might even go to 7.5. Okay.
Good. Okay.
So, look, dude, who is there for Green Bay? Let's talk about that. Aaron Rodgers. Conversation is quiet after that. You do have Aaron Jones, the running back.
AJ Dillon.
AJ Dillon is there. Robert Tonyan is there. Okay.
Mercedes Lewis.
I don't know if he's there. He sounded like somebody used to play for Jacksonville, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's
Randall
there.
Cobb is there. Okay.
Spoiler.
And the O-line for the Green Bay Packers, who gives
You
Aaron
missed.
Rodgers all the damn time in the world, is there.
You know who else is there?
Defense of Green Bay is there. Who else is in the house?
You know who else is there? Equanimous St. Brown is there.
Oh, not the equanimous mention. Oh, you made
You're-
it to the show, bro. Welcome to the show.
Homie, this is how
We sliced
you are
the hell
gonna
up
get
out of this man.
smoked. Gabe,
Go ahead.
our fantasy football matchup will be over by the end of the night.
That's your secret weapon, bro?
Over.
That's your secret weapon, bro?
What do I have? Aaron Jones? Or I have Aaron Rodgers. And
Yes.
I have Equanimous St. Brown. And I have Randall Cobb. It's a wrap.
Bro, you could have had Icarus, the Equator, the Equinox,
Zeus.
Yes, St. Paul, St. John, St. Mark, St. Patrick. You know what I'm saying? Peoples Jones. I'm telling you, look, hey, but he is in the house. Okay. From a fantasy perspective, Slim is wishing on a star. He's wishing on a star.
I'm not 1-6 for no reason, bro.
Hey, but look, the reasons why we tell you that is because the stalwart Aaron Rodgers is still in the house, 6.5 and 50.5 being the point total. Hey, look, Green Bay's defense ain't no suckers, man. I am not buying 100% the Arizona situation yet. Not 100%. Now, I will say that if we go back in time just a smidge, I told you that Seattle was going to take a step back in the division and Arizona was the dark horse. I did say that. Now, I didn't see all of this coming, to be honest with you. I'll keep it real with you. I did not see all of this coming. Chase Edmonds, I don't even know what they got to do from Pittsburgh Steelers or Connors. He's nobody. He is nobody. Okay.
He has like one good game.
Yeah, Chase Edmonds is the dude, so that's solidified. And he's like a Kamara, not exactly dual threat kind of dude. He's catching it, he's rushing it, he's finding the holes. Now, whatever. You got AJ Green, he's got a good setup over there. He does. But we just found out that JJ Watt is out. I mean, he ain't out for the year. No way. Is he?
He has a torn rotator cuff, labrum, and bicep. Motherfucker's done for the year, bro.
He been wearing that plastic shit on his arm since he was a rookie. So, I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? He had a bionic arm from the beginning.
There's no way. This dude is, he's tough. He'll be back. I think the last time he did that, didn't he tear his bicep before and he like hurt it early and he was back by the end of the year? He has some specimens, especially with the now and the day and the age of these doctors that we talked about. Saquon's ACL, he was back in like 6 months or whatever.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, I don't know. Everybody is going to play the square play in the world and probably play Arizona. And because their hype is national and it's West Coast, so the East Coast is going to be later on in the evening. They're going to be tripping about, are they going to watch this shit or not? I mean, I'm looking at Green Bay on this, to be honest with you, because I see that as being like business as usual. It's just maybe Aaron Rodgers spreads the ball around a little bit more.
100%.
Yep. And if they can't get, because Arizona's defense have been a little sketchy after Chandler Jones had that game with 5 sacks and all of that. It's just been kind of hit and miss after that. They haven't shut nobody down really, except for garbage teams. So, yeah, man, I don't know. I look at going back to the power ranking. I have Arizona and Green Bay equal teams.
Yeah.
Give Arizona the home field advantage. That would say, okay, 3, maybe you throw the hook on it. 6.5? Come on, dog. What?
Yeah,
I mean, hold on. You're saying Devontae Parker's worth that much?
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams. My bad. Wrong Devontae, bro. Definitely the wrong Devontae in this situation, bro. I could have said Devontae from Jodeci and it would have went over better. But no, yeah, Devontae Adams. I mean, he is not worth that much. There's no way.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is going to throw the ball. Yeah, he has better chemistry with Devontae Adams. He always knows where he's at. Yes, but he still has. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is a freaking a G. He's ready to throw the ball to whoever's open or even not open. He'll throw it there. So, 2 things on this game.
Go ahead.
Well, 3 things. I'm with you on the Green Bay and the plus 6.5 easy. If it goes to 7, easy. 7. If it gets to 7.5, you better bet the fucking house on that.
Whole bankroll.
Green Bay is 10-3-1 against the spread on Thursday Night Football. And even though Thursday night unders have cashed in 5 straight, the unders have been, I guess, hot on Thursday Night Football. We've had some shitty games the last 5 weeks. However, I definitely like the over in this one, just for the same fact that unless Kyler Murray blows a fucking tire, we've seen them put up points as well. So this is going to be one of those Thursday night football games to kick off week 8. I like the over in this one as well, especially with the receivers being out, and we're going to see what Aaron Rodgers likes to do. He's out there to prove a point tonight. He's going to make sure shit goes down the right way.
I mean, that's pretty much all there is to it. I mean, it's still sitting at 6.5. I just went and double checked right now. There's a couple of people trying to slide you a 6. I wouldn't even fool with them. But yeah, no, I think that's it for Green Bay on a short week. This is hey, I'm about to prove my Aaron Rodgers-ness right damn now. This game, Green Bay is about to be the front office in Green Bay is about to be in some shit after this game. If Aaron Rodgers comes out and wins this game, now he's never said that he wanted to leave. I mean, kind of, but if he comes out and knocks these dudes off, he just opened up everybody's wallet for blank check. Denver right now, okay, with all this situation, everybody, because now we done found out that there's more quarterbacks that people don't even like that they just went to go get in the last 2 years. So yeah.
What happens when you're the lone undefeated team in the league? Everyone's gunning for you. How hard and how hard is it for a team to go undefeated all year? This might be the Arizona game, bro, where they take a step back and be like,
it's going to happen. It's not like they're going to go undefeated. It's not going to happen. So
this
you have
could
to
be
assume,
the game.
Yes, you have to talk me into heavily. You got to take me to court and have all the lawyers in there trying to convince me that Arizona is going to win every game. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need evidence for the against because it's going to happen, right? All I need is for, just like Arizona went on that wild run last year until what? Kyler Murray got drugged, snatched. And as soon as their whole season was a wrap after that. So they're just as good as they were last year until he gets snatched. Okay, once he gets snatched, it's a wrap. I mean, that's pretty much going to be the case. So if they can keep them clean, because that game that they just played not too long ago, where I can't remember who that was, Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. I gotta give you that one because they looked like straight shit. And 49ers.
Oh,
49ers.
that's right.
Bosa
Yeah.
was dragging his little ass and he was flinging them around because dude is little. Dude is mad little. Okay, now they squeaked that game out. Yeah, they won, but he was getting drugged, and that's all he's got to do. Damn it, Miles Garrett was dragging his little ass too. I forgot because Miles Garrett standing next to him. Miles Garrett looked like he was he was just monster over him. But anyway, we know what it is. I mean, y'all can take it where y'all want to, but hey, take it from the words of the Big Stix and the anonymous big homie, man. I think we both can say evenly that we would both be on Green Bay on this, right?
Yes, sir. 100%.
Man, yo, shoot, I don't know. Let's look at some games, man. I'm just gonna jump around because why not? You know what I mean? Because you just tell me who you saw, and I'm gonna jump and I'm gonna look at because everybody thinks Tennessee is hot shit. Tennessee is going to the Blue Horseshoe. Might as well stop in and check on the Horseshoe and see what's going on. Tennessee is still favored by one. This thing opened
Tennessee?
up.
Wait, you have Tennessee right now?
Tennessee is favored by 1, and this thing opened up with Indianapolis being favored by 2.5. Now, Tennessee's made some moves in the last couple of weeks, but I think people are sleeping real quick. Now, we know what they have. I'm not about to sit up here and give you the roster of who Tennessee has on offense. It goes without saying. King Henry. Enough said. Outside of that, everybody, their defense has been garbage, except for that 1 week where they looked really good and they stumped the dog shit out of Kansas City. Okay. So
you're a top 10 team.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you do what you can do. But I mean, whoop that ass, made them look bad. And that was a bad where you go, oh, well, hold on. Patrick Mahomes is about to get off. He did not get off. And then they came back and doubled down last week 2-1. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I just think that something's wrong with the line because let me tell you where I got them at. I got Indianapolis. I got Tennessee at 8, 4 points better than the average team. Indianapolis 2 points worse than the average team. That calls it a 6 on a neutral. 6 on a neutral. Indianapolis got a nice little home field, so maybe you bring it down to a 3 or something. There's division rivals here. This is a 1, just a Tennessee win outright. I don't know. I think that maybe there's an edge somewhere, but I wouldn't touch it. I would still. I mean, Tennessee with the 1, I think is cool, but I think because Carson Wentz is starting to put it together, and I've seen him do it last week, and it looked nice. I mean, it didn't look like a dumb train wreck. I would probably look, y'all, you know what I'm saying, to Indianapolis and look at what their team total is. I don't think it's up yet, or I didn't see it, but I'll let you talk if you got an opinion on this, and I'm see if I can pull it up real quick.
On the Tennessee Indy game, I think I'm riding the hot wave with Tennessee at this point. I'm not counting out Indy at all. I just think they have a couple injuries. I don't know if T.Y. Hilton's back. I don't know if Paris Campbell's out. Jonathan Taylor is, the boy, like we said last week, pretty solid.
Oh, snap. Real quick footnote.
Yeah.
It's already swung again since I pulled this yesterday. Indianapolis favored by 1.5. So
okay,
this line is jumping. This line is jumping all over the place.
Yeah, I had Indianapolis 1.5.
10:27 yesterday is the timestamp on my page right here. Tennessee to the 1. So it's jumping back and forth. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I would just take Tennessee on the money line just to play it if we played it. Just to roll with the hot streak that they've been on. And the way they're playing, I think with, Derrick Henry, he could always he shows no signs of stopping anytime soon, right? So that's my take on it. Those teams that get hot and they just keep rolling. And the next one I want to talk about real quick after we close this one out, it will be one of those teams. But I think that Tennessee is the way to go. Of course, I think this is one of those where you have to pick. I mean, I would probably just stay away from it and maybe look at the team totals, like you said, see what kind of numbers they got for the team totals when the game starts. Then that might be different.
The first thing I had down when I saw the number and did my preliminary look on it was the 1 to Tennessee, and then I had it down as a like, not a heavy, or a lean, not a heavy like, or a best bet or nothing like that. But now that I see it going the other way, and now they're getting points, I'm almost thinking that's got to be the way to go.
I mean, it could very well be up a 1-point game. I could definitely see that being that way too, with missed extra points, missed field goals, 2-point conversion attempts. It could definitely be a 1-point game.
Yeah. So, I mean, they've got the game pretty much so the team total probably will be like 27.5 for Indianapolis. Now that I look at it that way, because the game total is 51. Like I said, it'll probably be like 27.5, but I think Indianapolis is onto something. And I mean, I don't know if they'll win. I don't know if this is going to be one of those blowouts, but it definitely, or, I'm saying, back and forth, but I think it could be, because, I know Indianapolis, like I know the horseshoe, and everybody is hype on their defense. And it's the same thing with the Rams. It's not that good. I mean, they got dudes out there, but it's just not that good. And, Tennessee don't play those games with people, especially when they can run and pound you early to get you scared and late.
Yeah, I feel it. I mean, I like this game. It's going to be fun to watch. Looking forward to that for sure.
Okay.
So the game I want to talk about, and it's not a prime time game at all, but it's a team I want to talk about. Cincy at New York.
I knew it. Let's get into it.
Okay, so a few weeks back, we were talking about old boy Joby, legit kid, plays the game good, tough dude, came back after his knee injury. They're only favored by 10.5, which kind of baffles me, with a backup quarterback who nobody knows anything about in Mike White in New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
New York Jets, Mike White. They just traded for Flacco, didn't they?
Flacco time.
Flacco. So is Flacco getting the start? I haven't heard.
No, they're going with White.
So I don't know how long of a hook he has, but still only 10.5. In my opinion, and I don't know what your storyboard looks like over there, your list of 32. Yep. I feel that this should be a higher spread than 10.5.
Wow.
And I think that after the last, the whole year, the last 2 games they put up, Cincinnati put up 41 against Baltimore last week at Baltimore. They put up 34 at Detroit. Only 25 or 22 at home versus Green Bay. Barely squeaked out the win versus Jacksonville. But, they're going to put up 24 points easy. But the problem with the 10.5 is the last 2 games, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow are on one right now, homie. You know what I'm saying? They are on one. And how many yards did Jamar Chase get last week? Like 200?
Yeah, over 200 for sure.
But Baltimore's defense is trash, even though their team is 5-2, right? But their defense is trash, right? But I just think 10.5. If this was one of those spread games, to or side games to look at, I would think I stay away from the double-digit victories most of the time. But I just like Cincinnati in this game either way. Shouldn't be close, in my opinion.
Yeah, man.
Rolling with the team that is hot, even on the road for the 3rd straight week.
Yeah, I mean, and see, I'm glad that you said let's get into it, because and you went to this game because, like I said, this is part of the problem that I was having with my power rank, because looking at it, I got it at 6. The line would be 6.5 on a neutral. Now, do I maybe not have the Jets ranked low enough? Maybe. I don't know. Are the Jets worse than the Texans? I don't know. But anyway, well, it's 6.5. It opened up at 3.5 to Cincinnati. Zach Wilson ain't worth that much, man. Zach Wilson is not worth that much. Is Mike White, Mike Jones, and everybody else who we don't know that play for the Jets that bad that they're negative points? I don't know, but CJ Uzama on tight ends day was out there balling to add to what we already know as Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. It looks like they got like a little package.
They got some chemistry right now for sure, Aaron Rodgers style.
They got a little package, and I think that everybody. Oh, pause real quick on the little package, but I think everybody should be like have an eye on what's going on with Cincinnati. Is this the Cincinnati letdown game, just like we were talking about earlier? Right now, I don't know if it's the Jets, but I'm looking at 10 points, and I'm going, I don't know. Because how many blowouts have I seen from Cincinnati, especially early in the season? They had those coin flip wins with the field goals and the overtime with Minnesota and all of this. Okay. So they done snuck some out too. So this is all I'm saying is, kind of buyer beware on the Cincinnati situation and the number going crazy. If you like Cincinnati, I would say you should already have a ticket. You know what I'm saying? You should already have a ticket.
Yeah, it's probably just gonna go up, right?
Yeah, because it's gonna get nasty. But if you like the Jets, like all the mob bosses and all that do, wait until right before kickoff in the 9 o'clock hour. You know what I'm saying? For us, PST, Pacific Standard Time, to put that in and get the highest number you can get.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Let's go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say let's roll into another good conversation I think we're gonna have right now. Philly at Detroit.
Okay.
Detroit +3. This is the week, bro.
It's gotta be the week. It's gotta be the week.
The battle of the rookie head coaches. Dan Campbell, hey, Detroit just played your boys pretty decently last week, right? In LA?
They did. Stay fighting, bite kneecaps.
They biting kneecaps. They out there grinding. They out there getting dirty. They out there picking rocks. They're getting ready to go. I like Detroit and the +3. I definitely like the +3. I'd take the money line as well. I think it's at +160 right now. This is one of my locks of the best bets of the week.
Mark it up.
As we talked about Arizona being 7-0, Detroit's the only team that doesn't have a win yet. And Philadelphia is nothing special at this point. 2-5, a little bit of a letdown in my opinion. And I'd have to take a look at it later, but at 48, I almost think that this game could be the over, but I'm going to stay away from that. I'm just going to roll hard with Detroit and the +3 and the money line, double dip a little bit, see what the point totals are in the first half and the second half. We know Detroit's a second half team, whether they're up or they're down, which they're never really up at halftime. So they're probably not even close in any of the other half.
They almost had the Rams though, almost.
And they're definitely a second half team. So I just like Detroit in this one. I'm just feeling the good vibes for Dan Campbell in Detroit at home. So that's what I got on that one.
That's the way that you have to look at this game, because this has got to be one of those games, especially coming off that win where they threw everything in the kitchen sink at the Rams in the first half, to be down by 1 at halftime versus the Rams. I'm talking about fake punts and fake this. How many times you gonna do that? He tried to get every advantage he could versus the Rams.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
And this is Philly now. Okay, Dan Campbell, he's cooking. He's got his guys fired up, probably more fired up than Matt Patricia had him.
Oh, yes, sir.
And the sharpened pencil, you know what I mean? On the laminated paper. Oh boy, Matt Patricia. But anyway.
Hopefully they're not looking towards the bye week, but this could be a perfect time for them to get that dub before they go into the bye week for Detroit. Yeah, man. They don't have a reason
not to. Philadelphia looks like, okay, on the shenanigan side of things, Philadelphia looks like they're trying to be out. Okay. I mean, they already talking shit about Jalen Hurts. Okay. Deshaun Watson's name is on the record of they trying to do something with him because that's major news right now. He's about to end up somewhere. This is going to come out sometime this week. He's going to end up somewhere. I don't know if it's going to be Philadelphia, but that speaks to what's going on over there. They already shipped out Zach Ertz. Now they had Dallas Goedert. It's all good, but they shipped out Zach Ertz, who's been there from Jump Street, and they shipped him to Arizona.
True.
Okay, so I mean, you're building assets. Are you already tossing in the towel? So Sirianni is like, I mean, it has lower expectations right now, and then you're going to try to rebuild. If I know the East Coast and how they kick out news and hate, what I'm saying, from the fan side of things, this is another one of those cities. Philadelphia, they don't play that shit. They throw fucking snowballs and batteries at Santa Claus, bro. Okay. They drill holes into the bathrooms and the locker room so they can peep in on people. Now, these are all old school stories, but this is Philadelphia fan life over here. Okay. They ain't power bombing people through tables, but they got problems too. Okay. So I don't know what Philadelphia is. And to go back to what I was originally saying, but see, this is another eye test thing. This, when we start looking at sides, I would say take the points for Detroit too, because this is the only time. The only thing that I'm scared of is that Detroit thought that last week was the Super Bowl for them. Goff coming back to the crib.
And they blew the wad.
And Man Campbell like, yo, hey, dog, we about to win this for you. We about to make you look good. We about to throw everything out there, and we still lose. So I don't know if that's going to be the soul snatcher, the heartbreaker, you know what I'm saying, the gut taker, all of that. I don't know. But this could definitely be that spot. But Philadelphia is right for the picking. Yo, we also got hey, let's get into this real quick. Shoot, while we talking about the man, the myth, the legend, Tom Brady. Tom Brady's got to go to the show. And it's funny, New Orleans, okay, he's got a commercial out with the New Orleans, like the fans are making a float, Mardi Gras float, saying, hey, come here, Tom Brady. It's funny. I can't remember what I don't think it's the FTX, but it's one of those. But anyway, Tom Brady is going to go check out your boy Jameis Winston in New Orleans, who is finally having home games. Ain't that nice? They get home games. Okay, after hurricanes and all of this. But Tom Brady is still the favorite by just 5. Okay, we were just talking about these other double-digit joints. Right. New Orleans. So now that's what I'm saying. Is New Orleans better than I think they are? Tom Brady, -5 on the road favorite. Jameis Winston. What do we know?
The Brady covers the -5 easy.
I mean, you would think, right? What do we know that Vegas what does Vegas know that we don't know?
It's just a road game, and they just think that they're gonna drop the ball at home against the Saints, and I just don't see that happening.
I got 10 points better. How much you gonna give New Orleans for a home field? I don't know. People aren't going to games, especially in hurricane ravaged areas like that. They got disposable bread like that. That still leaves me a field goal of difference. This seems stupid. This was the one that I marked as like a little off. Like when we were talking about last week, where you just got to go with what it tells you, because they're just serving this one to you. I mean, how many people are standing online with cash in their hands to go on to put a New Orleans side down?
Yeah, it's 5.5 from what I can see, but I also see 4.5 somewhere. So even 4.5, I mean, you can't tell me that. So at home, you're telling me on a neutral site that Brady's only 1.5 better than these guys?
That's crazy.
You gotta be kidding me right now.
After that monster win, it was the strength of the monster win in Seattle. New Orleans is on a high.
They're ready high performance, right?
13 rock solid points.
Yeah,
one touchdown.
This game sounds like a mess waiting to happen, in my opinion, for any New Orleans backers.
I mean, maybe it's something that we don't know about the Southeast and that division. You know, I mean, is there something there about with the Saints and Sean Payton and the Tampa Bay?
What? You know what this comes back? This comes back to the Brady interview on HBO. Was Jameis Winston that motherfucker? After Drew Brees retired, was Jameis Winston that motherfucker? that Brady said, "You sticking with that motherfucker?"
See, now we have more information.
The case, this is a bloodbath, dog. This is a bloodbath.
Oh man, see, that's story building at its finest right there. You know, I love that. But yeah, man, now that we know a little bit more information, absolutely, if Jameis Winston was the motherfucker, which I don't even think he had a lot of votes involved in the discussion last time. But if he is, you're absolutely right. I mean, I don't understand why this is not at least a touchdown. I mean, who in the world is saying that Tampa Bay is not at least a touchdown better than New Orleans? So I think that
100%.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you just saw last week. Look at just last week, Tampa Bay's decisive win over Chicago. Ain't much shit. They just a speed bump. New Orleans, monster 13-10 win on the road in Seattle. It showed me absolutely nothing. I don't understand, man. That's why I pegged this one, man. This one might be the one that brings me out of retirement. I don't know. But like I said, if you want Tampa Bay, you should probably already have the ticket. Okay, right down
Get
now.
on it now, yeah.
We might as well have it right now because it's probably gonna get worse. But
let's go back to the 10 a.m. game real quick. 10 a.m. Pittsburgh at Cleveland. Like we talked a little bit about Cleveland, right? Cleveland's a 3.5 point favorite, over under 42.5. You know, I'm not really an unders guy, but I kind of like this under game in this one. I think it's just going to be a gritty, old fashioned football game. Unless, you know, there's sayings on the street that maybe Cleveland will be back. I mean, Baker will be back on Sunday, but I don't know how you rush him in there after, you know, Keenum can keep you in the game or whatever at quarterback. So I just think that it's just going to be one of those low scoring games, especially if Baker's not back. Pittsburgh can just keep and maintain the football. I mean, if Cleveland's a 3.5 point favorite, I would just take Pittsburgh at the plus 3.5. To keep it within a field goal easily at Cleveland. This just seems to be the gritty Pittsburgh Steelers play that they, you know, how they play the game. So, especially after Tomlin's getting the questions of, is he going to USC? And he's telling the media, hey, kick rocks, quit asking me stupid questions. Let's go put the smack down. I ain't going nowhere.
I mean, it's close. I mean, it's a division game. It's close. I mean, how do we trust Pittsburgh to do anything? It's almost like, you know, with the way that everybody's acting with Cleveland is you put Case Keenum in and you might have better opportunity, which is crazy that people are thinking that. But if that's the case, that's pretty much what it is, because the line originally was 2.5, now it's 3.5. Now you're saying you got better opportunity with Case Keenum out there. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about Pittsburgh and their situation, man. But I would probably look to the under 100% on two things. Probably the first half for sure. But the game under is a little low. But I could definitely see this game dragging out real slow in the first quarter, in the halftime, and they didn't get no plugs and no love on Red Zone.
Right. We'll see.
Hey, let's just dial this one in real quick, because this was one of my little marquee ones I wanted to make sure we talked about a little bit. We got Young Herb back off by hosting in the world's greatest football establishment in the world so far, being favored 5.5 over Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots, Mac Jones, the whole crew. They're getting it in. Patriots coming West Coast. Always do well. What's your first thoughts?
Patriots do well when they travel to the West Coast?
Yeah.
Yikes. You know, after the fact that, I mean, how do you... I think New England comes back down to earth after their 54-13 dredging of the New York Jets last week, right? I think they come back down to earth. I think that the Chargers coming off their bye week can get, everybody got healthy if they had anybody that wasn't healthy. And then they can get, -5. I think they're a touchdown favorite in this, touchdown win in this game at home. Not have to go anywhere. They don't have to travel. New England is traveling. 1:00 start time. So we'll see. But I'm just gonna roll with the boy Young Herb, as we like to say, right? I mean, again, even though they lost to Baltimore, got played a real shitty game against Baltimore when they lost 34-6.
Right.
But put up some points before that, 47, 28, and 30. I think they come back to life at home against New England. And, I think New England could stay in some games, but I just don't think this is going to be one of them.
Yeah, this might be a little situation right here. And I think you might be right. I mean, at this point, they know, not that they're out there looking ahead, to what's going on, but the Chargers know that the division is wide open now. The KC is taking a couple steps back, right? So this is a game that they really want. They really want, on their record. They really want this game, clearly. So, but Belichick, as he does with young quarterbacks, you never know. Justin Herbert's 14 touchdowns versus only 4 interceptions right now. He's not making a lot of mistakes, except for that last game looked really bad, right? It looked really bad.
A terrible Baltimore defense too.
It looked really bad, and they just haven't looked bad all year, right? So, you were looking at them as a juggernaut for a minute, then all of a sudden they take a deuce and there's like no storylines, right? So the Chargers are right there in that same category with Cincinnati, man. And I think that you got to still keep an eye on them regardless of what the outcome is. But I think that I just looked at updated 4.5. I think I said 5.5 from Mashi yesterday. So it must have been a whole lot of stuff happened overnight with these line moves. But anyway, 4.5. I mean, it's always going to be a fight with Bill Belichick, but I think 4.5 is straight because I think I would probably have it. I have it 3.5 on a neutral. And then, a little bit of a Chargers don't really have a home field. So I'd call that good. But I would probably wait to get some if you got the money in your hands, I'd probably wait to see what it goes to. If it drops any more, maybe get to 3.5 would probably be definitely worth the play if some of that New England fanboy money starts rolling up.
Oh yeah, good call on that for sure. You want to hit the Sunday night game before we hit your Rams and then these terrible Seahawks? And then we'll close it out with the Monday night.
Yeah, man. I think we talked a little bit about Monday night, but yeah, Sunday, man, you got Dallas, Minnesota, in Minnesota with the skull clap popping off. Dallas coming off a bye. Also, Minnesota is the underdog in this. Dallas favored by 2.5. 54.5 is the total as it looking like right now. Are you on the Dallas situation? Are you listening to what I'm saying?
Am I listening to homie and his Dallas fandom? Not really his fandom, but his eye test that he sees. In all due honesty, I'd probably just stay away from this game in the first half. I'd want to see how the first half rolls out and then roll with the second half and see what happens. I have to look at the active report and the players and make sure everybody's healthy and good to go. But Minnesota, like we said, has been playing teams tough, right? And playing them close.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I would just maybe look at the second half, see how the first half goes, and see what happens in the second half to see how legit Dallas is. Dallas should be pretty solid at the way they've been playing. So I'm not counting them out. I don't think that Minnesota. I mean, they've had some tests. Early they had Cincinnati and Arizona where they lost by a combined of 4 points.
Mm-hmm.
Barely beat Detroit, pulled through on Carolina last week or 2 weeks ago, had their bye coming off a bye week. So, you know, yeah. So
yeah,
hey,
exactly. Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be an interesting game. Hey, real quick, we got to close this out. We got like 3 minutes. So, hey, your take on your Rams at Houston and then the Seahawks at home. My quick take: Seahawks better cover the 3.5. That's all I got. Real quick on that. Rams 14.5 point favorites.
Yeah, for straight up. Hey, look, Houston's been covering against everybody on these double digits numbers, man. And Rams haven't showed anybody anything except for that they can put up points sporadically, not regularly. So Houston's giving up a fight. If Tyrod Taylor comes back, it's going to be at least somebody in there that knows what they're doing and has been there. Houston with the cover on this game. I'm not going against the Rams. Clearly, they are going to win going away, just like they did with the Lions last week. But again, if you want to make some money, this would probably be the time to go with Houston. I would check the injury report to make sure if Tyrod's in there, it's cool. But I mean, even if Davis Mills is out there, they seem to stay in games with people.
Hey, thank you everybody for listening. We got to bounce. Sorry about the quick ending, but hey, that's how we do it. We got a lot of stuff for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. Go to thisisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. Grab some merch while you're there from the Funner family. Subscribe, rate, and review, like I said, so you can get a freaking mug. Don't you want a mug of Stix and Sports Fix with Stix and a nice big homie mug? And from the Funner family, get it on there. Let's get that review. We'll get you. Follow me at Twitter at Stix015 and follow this guy, Nas Big Homie at homie_anonymous.
And you could definitely do that, man. Hey, look, and you can get some of these takes on some of these sports commissioners out there because they having some bad weeks. Adam Silver somewhere smiling because nobody has mentioned his name. Check this out. Hey, yo, everybody, it's hitting everybody. But check this out. Remember what we say. Sports Fix, Stix, we fix everything. And this is Funner.
That was Sports Fix with Stix. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. If you want to join the show, use the hashtag StixandSports.
Winners don't make excuses.